Imagine waking up after a fun night out with your friends where maybe you drank a little too much. You gather your bearings, maybe check your phone, and realize you can't find your wallet. You must have misplaced or lost it last night. Now imagine you're at the bar and maybe you have to go use the restroom, get another drink, or just go talk to some friends. You'll only be gone for a minute, so you leave your purse. When you come back, you find money missing, or even worse, your purse was stolen. Sadly, this is the reality for many people. A night out can turn into a nightmare. With more and more people returning to bars after the pandemic, it's more likely that more people will lose more items. In 2019, Laguna Treatment Centers found that on average, drunken Americans lost over $190 of their personal items per year. This doesn't take into account the time it takes to call the bars to see if they have your items, or to call your credit card company to cancel your credit cards and get new numbers. Theft is also a common issue. A 2020 survey by Deposit Accounts found that over 24% of Americans had cash stolen from them within the past year. Also, if your purse or wallet is stolen, you're unlikely to get it back, as in 2020, statistics stated that only 31% of people get their possessions back once they're stolen. Now, we think that this problem mainly targets the 21 to 44-year-old age range, as they made up over 42% of bars' revenue in 2020, and it's also found that this age range drinks the most. These are people who are more likely to lose their items because when you're drunk, you become more vulnerable to these types of issues. Something needs to be done so people can have a place to store their wallet, keys, purses, and even jackets, so that no matter what happens at their night out, they know that their belongings are safe. That's where BarSafe comes in. BarSafe is a locker storage system at bars where customers can go and store their items on their fun night out. As mentioned earlier, this issue mainly affects ages 21 to 44, so that's our target market. To sell this idea to them, we had to look at what they value: convenience. All they have to do is set up an account through our app and enter their preferred payment method. Now they're ready to go. Once they're at their favorite bar, they scan the QR code and their items are protected for an hourly fee. Now they can go on with their fun night out knowing that their items are protected and they're saving time, money, and the worry that comes with losing them. When they're ready to go, all they have to do is scan that same QR code and they have their items back. Now, how are we going to get into bars? We plan on having a revenue sharing model. Well, we'll agree on a percentage split of the hourly fee with the bars. This will help increase their revenue with minimal effort on the bar's part. We also know that space is going to be a limitation, so we plan on creating compact lockers to ensure that most bars are accommodated. We believe this model will help us get into many bars around the country while generating extra revenue for local businesses. Our goal is that when someone walks into a bar and they see BarSafe, they know that whatever happens that night, their items will be protected. There are over 72,000 bars in America, presenting BarSafe with a unique opportunity to really hit that target market and be the first to market. Because when we're looking at the competition, we can't find anyone that's doing what we do and keeping consumers' items safe at bars. So we looked a little outside of the bar industry to see if other companies were using smart lockers to keep consumers' items safe. And we found two main competitors that we think could have the potential to join the market in the future: Parcel Pending and Luxor One. These companies use smart lockers to keep consumers' packages safe, and they use QR codes like we do in order to retrieve those packages. Parcel Pending and Luxor One had revenues of $30 and $60 million last year, meaning that these are large companies that we might have to compete with. While their missions are different than ours, the technology is very similar, as mentioned before, they use QR codes to access their lockers. Now, what we can use to our advantage is the fact that this technology exists. It may lower the costs of production, and with consumers becoming more acclimated with how this technology works, cost and time of consumer education may lower as well. This provides us with an opportunity to be the first to market in this industry, which will allow us to create relationships with bars so that if competitors come in the future, we can use those relationships with bars and customer, as well as our experience and breadth of where we have the BarSafes to differentiate ourselves from the rest. So, with BarSafe, instead of your night ending like this, it can end like this.